Hello, everybody. This is Card Guy Chris Ellis,
Well, collectible, Chris.
and today we're going to talk to you about our
I'll go ahead then.
Mount Rushmores of Major League Baseball by team. Of course, we're starting with the um, Angels, the Astros, Athletics, Blue Jays, Braves, and then we will do the next five teams by um, last name by team name. So let's go with my son's first one. You can go with your first.
Uh, on the Angels. So not in particular order. I don't think we really put these in particular order. Just top players. Uh,
Yeah, that we're not playing right now, right?
oh, whoops.
Well, if you put someone that's playing right now, it'll be okay.
Because honestly, I think he deserves it after what he's done for the organization plus 10 plus years, even with injuries. Mike Trout.
Okay.
I mean, still dominating in the modern era. Of course, injuries have got him, but shy of a 300 batting average, close to 400 home runs, three-time MVP, multiple-time Silver Slugger winner, and 11-time All-Star. I mean, you cannot argue against Trout's success in a city, and just the fact that he wants to stay as an Angel is just awesome.
Okay.
Because I mean, a lot of players don't do that anymore. So
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Um, my first one, I picked Tim Salmon. Uh,
oh, the oh, need me to Brian it up.
no, I need you to bring it up the whole way.
Uh, because I can't.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
All right. It's all right. I got it. Yeah, I did it. All right. Okay, 19. I go with Tim Salmon as number one. He is known as Mr. Angel. 1999 3 Rookie of the Year. He won the 95 Silver Slugger, and he was on the 2002 World Series team. He was the first fish of the trout salmon combination. Of course, they never played together, but Tim Salmon is a big fan favorite, so he's my number one.
Okay.
Who do you got as? Why don't you just say who your first four are, and then I'll go through mine.
Okay. Well, the other three you had to consider for Angels. I mean, Vladimir Guerrero. I mean, a tremendous Expo player, but he really shined as an Angel. I mean, he did win an MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame. I'm stealing your stats right here. Nine-time All-Star winner, of course. Him being the home run derby champion, along with his son as well. And number three, Nolan Ryan, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, especially with the longevity of his career. Really didn't get his shine until being an Angel, especially after being traded from the Mets. And my fourth one, it was tough because I was thinking Salmon, but I went with Troy Gloss because he really defined what an Angel should be with his character. And I just think that
He's a good third baseman.
Oh yeah, so yeah. I had to do that.
Okay, I went with Garrett Anderson, number two. He played left field. He was a three-time All-Star. He was a home run derby champion. 2002 World Series. He was a two-time Silver Slugger, All-Star MVP. Played a number of years. He played a long time with the Angels. Then he went to played with the Nationals, and he also played with the Atlanta Braves there for a while for a season. Number three is Nolan Ryan. He actually makes a couple lists. He makes another team on this list. Of course, he's in the Hall of Fame, all-time strikeout leader, eight-time All-Star, 69 World Series with the Mets. He won 2 ERA titles, never won a Cy Young.
Which is ridiculous.
And then Vladimir Guerrero, the only Hall of Famer with an Angels cap on. He's, of course, the MVP, a nine-time All-Star, home run derby champion, and he had 8 Silver Sluggers. So probably the best bad ball hitter of all time. So we'll just go with that.
Okay.
So
Astros.
Yep. Go ahead and.
All right. So Astros, I got another current player on here, but first name when I think Astros is Craig Biggio. I mean, really a class act player, Hall of Famer, along with his other teammates and as well as other Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell. Just really the true definition of infield players that really just have high class.
Yep. No, played their whole entire careers.
Exactly. Number three, I'm going with modern day Jose Altuve. I think he deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore just because
Yeah.
of, but
He'll be there.
excluding the the bat signaling and all that, the cheating apparently. But Altuve always carried himself with pride and just one of the best small hitters in the modern day. And number four is I'm trying to limit myself to put so many players on on different lists. I would put Nolan Ryan, but to exclude that, I put Roy Oswalt just
Good
because
one.
he was a dominant pitcher. You can go with Mike Scott, who was another great pitcher. You can do for Fernando Venezuela as well, but Roy.
No, Fernando's not Valenzuela. You mean?
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the other.
Yeah. Yeah, Valenzuela was with the Dodgers.
Dodgers, his whole career. My bad. But and I just think he had a better ERA, better stats than Clemens did as an Astro. So that's why I went with Roy.
Okay, well, my Astros, me and you definitely got the top two for sure. Jeff Bagwell, Hall of Famer, MVP, Rookie of the Year, four-time All-Star. He won a Gold Glove. He was a three-time Silver Slugger, and he won the MLB Player of the Year the same year he won the MVP. Craig Biggio, who played second, catcher, and center field. Of course, a Hall of Famer, 3,000 hit club, seven-time All-Star, four Gold Gloves, and five Silver Sluggers. Had a great career. Mike Scott, who was an '80s dominant pitcher, split finger fastball is mostly what he was known for. He won a Cy Young. He was a three-time All-Star. He had an ERA title, and he did win the NLCS MVP. The Astros came close to beating the Mets in the '86 season, but New York happened to get there. And then, of course, I got Nolan Ryan. I mean, he just got even better with the Astros from the Angels. Obviously, I already talked about his Hall of Fame, his 8 All-Stars, his 69 World Series, and 2 ERA titles. Just the magnificent guy. So, yeah, he'll probably be making one more list on my Mount Rushmores, but
I'll probably say with me, but I'm gonna try and limit that. Like I said, long list. Okay, with the Athletics, this one was tough on my end, but number one, I had to give it a Ricky, Mr. A, all-time stolen base leader. No one can really touch that, even come close to that record. Multiple teams, but he will always be remembered as an A, especially again that single season base stealing record. Number two, I got Dennis Eckersley. Really shined as a A, and just a dominant closer for that wonderful A's team. Number three, I got Mark McGwire as an A. He really started being his own before he went to St. Louis. And number four, I wanted to put Mark Mulder on here, but unfortunately due to injuries, his ERA was up. So I had to give it to Tim Hudson just because he was one of those guys that didn't strike out a lot of people, but he definitely got a lot of ground balls that really helped out that A's team while he was there. So,
Okay, for my A's, Ricky, of course, left field, Hall of Famer, won an MVP, was a 10-time All-Star, 2 World Series, one with the A's and one with the Blue Jays. Won 1 Gold Glove. That was a 3-time Silver Slugger, and he also was the ALCS MVP with the A's. Reggie Jackson, right fielder, Hall of Famer, MVP, went to 14 All-Stars, 5 World Series, 2 Silver Sluggers, 2 World Series MVPs, and he won a MLB Player of the Year award. Then I'm going to go a little bit old school here with number 3. I'm going with Jimmy Fox. First baseman, third baseman. He was a catcher. He played, of course, Hall of Fame. He was a 3-time MVP. He was a Triple Crown winner, a 9-time All-Star, 2 World Series, and he won 2 batting titles. So that was during the Philadelphia A's, of course. And then back to Oakland, we got Dennis Eckersley, who was a relief pitcher, Hall of Famer, MVP. Cy Young Award winner, won the Cy Young MVP the same season. 6-time All Star, 1989 World Series winner, ALCS MVP, and he won 2 Rolaids Relief Awards in his career.
All right. So now to Toronto. Let me actually get out that. For the wonderful Blue Jays. I don't. I had to say it just because of how much he meant to that wonderful Blue Jays team from the late 2000s and early 2010s. I had to give it a Jose Bautista. Just emerged from being a Pirate, and when he went to Toronto, he just lit up. I mean, the power bat of his just went off for 4 straight seasons, multiple time All Star because of it. Number 2, I had to give it a Tom Hankey. All you kids using him as a relief pitcher in the MLB The Show. I mean, just the way that he pitched and just a low ERA helped the Blue Jays to win so much. Number 3, I gotta give it to Joe Carter. I mean, on the same team for the World Series because him and Hinkie were part of that World Series team, right?
93. I'm not for sure if Hinkie was on that team or not.
He got traded right before that. My bad. And number 4, I had to give it to Fred McGriff. You can put McGriff on any list, but McGriff really shined as a Blue Jay, which helped establish him to be that power hitter that no one thought he could be. So those are going to be my 4 Blue Jays.
Okay, my 4 Blue Jays. I got Roy Halladay, Hall of Famer, 2 Cy Youngs, 8 All Stars. I mean, what else could you? Number 2, Dave Steve was a 7-time All Star. He won an area title, very dominant pitcher in the 80s and early 90s. 3, the guy I think that should have went to the Hall of Fame and shouldn't have dropped off after the first list. Carlos Delgado, he's a 2-time All Star, 3 Silver Sluggers, and the MLB Player of the Year. And then I don't know how this guy's number's not retired right here. Number 4, I got Joe Carter, outfield first baseman. He was a 5-time All Star, 2 World Series, both with the Blue Jays, and he won 2 Silver Sluggers. Hit a home run he'll never be forgotten for, and everything. So yeah, those are my 4 Blue Jays.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. So the one list, I think this list kind of conflicted us as Braves fans. So
yeah.
So my top 4. Of course, very first name I thought of, other than the greatest home run hitter of all time, I'm gonna go with the greatest switch hitter, home run hitter of all time, and Chipper Jones. Yeah, he didn't beat, of course, DiMaggio. Mano. But Chipper Jones, I mean, multiple time All Star, MVP, Hall of Famer, high batting average, really deserved all the accolades that you possibly can get. Of course, Hank Aaron, you really got to have the home run champ. Always a distinction between him and Barry Bonds. But Hank Aaron, what else can you say? I mean, he lasted on that team for a while, and he really broke the Babe Ruth's record while being on the Braves. Number 3, the man that spanned basically every single location the Braves have ever been a part of a city, and Warren Spahn. I mean, just a weird delivery, but it worked for him. Multiple All Stars, and just he did win a Cy Young, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can say Greg Maddux, you can say Tom Glavine, but I'm gonna go with the guy that has the saves, the ERA, and the strikeouts as a Brave. I have to give it to John Smoltz over the other 2. Just the way that he delivered and how much he actually meant to the Braves organization. And I mean, we met John. He's one of the most humble human beings known to man. So as a Braves fan, that's my 4.
All right. For me, the first person I put down was Henry Aaron, right for fielder, first baseman. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer. He was a 25-time All Star. He won the 57 World Series, 3-time Gold Glove, 2-time batting title winner, and he won the MVP in '57. Warren Spahn, Hall of Famer, Cy Young, 17-time All-Star. He won the '57 World Series along with Hank, and he was a 3-time ERA title. Number 3 is the only guy to ever play in Boston, Milwaukee, and in Atlanta. Eddie Matthews. He played third base and first base. He's a Hall of Famer. He was a 12-time All-Star and a 2 times World Series, and he did manage the Braves in the '70s. And I went with John Smoltz as a pitcher and relief pitcher. Of course, he's in the Hall of Fame. Cy Young winner. He was an 8-time All-Star, of course, the '95 World Series. He won a Silver Slugger, and he was the NLCS MVP, and he did win a Rolaids Relief Award as a relief pitcher for the Braves. So that's our first 5. And then we'll start with the Brewers next. So on the next thing, so if you guys have any disagreements with the first 5, well, I mean, obviously for me later on, Mr. Trout will be on the A's Mount Rushmore. There's no way you can't put him, and Jose Altuve definitely will be on the Mount Rushmore for the Astros. So.
And remember, if y'all disagree, it's fine. It's y'all's opinion. Just when y'all are in the comments, whether it be on YouTube or on Facebook, when we post it, please just be respectful. Everyone has their opinion. Remember, this is 2 different eras right here. So I went with guys that I mainly watched and heavily got influenced. Honestly, I didn't think about Jimmy Fox, so that I could actually put Jimmy Fox in the Mount Rushmore on my list too. I didn't think about Jimmy, unfortunately.
No, there's several guys I could have put on for the A's. I mean, Dave Stewart was one I could have put on easily, or
Dave Stewart. That's the name I couldn't think of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Eckersley was like a dominant closer during that era, and when the A's were going good in the late '80s, early '90s, so it was like that was a no-brainer there.
The Braves, it's kind of hard, especially since they were in so many locations and they had so many great ball players to really come across. Because like some people can have Greg Maddux in the list, which I wouldn't disrespect. Some people would have Tom Glavine, which I really cannot disrespect either. I know. Another Braves fan, I would say, just because of how much he did for the infield in the early 2000s, so Rafael Furcal, just because of his defense. But I'm surprised you went with Eddie over Chipper. That actually kind of surprised me a little bit. But
it was just because of the thing that he played with all 3 eras of the team. Plus, he also managed. Plus, he had over 500 home runs, so he's part of the 500 home run club. So
I mean, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, if you look at, you could. I mean, if I had to play a team, I had to have Eddie Matthews and Chipper on my team. One of them would probably be DH, and one would be playing third base.
I would have Eddie at DH, and I would have the multiple-time Gold Glover that can pick up a ball and actually chuck it to first in a whim. So I would put Chipper on third. So yeah.
So it's one of those things that happens, because there's going to be teams that have played for a long time that you're going to be like, wow, where do I put this guy?
Yeah.
Or you got more places on a baseball team to put people than you do
on an actual
Mount Rushmore. So
yeah.
So we'll be starting with the Brewers next, and then 4 teams after that. So you'll probably be seeing the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Diamondbacks, who don't have a bunch, and let's see, Dodgers.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Dodgers. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the next 5. So yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like we'll have a list soon, and it is what it is on this. If you guys got comments, go ahead and put them. And if there's a guy you disagree with or that you would like to see on it, just put in the comments. Say maybe this guy or that guy, because it's a fan list. It's not a everybody voted list, but these are who we think would be because it's hard to leave some guys off. It is. It's just you gotta be able to pick and choose every once in a while too. So
especially when it will come to the most prestigious organization of all of MLB. I mean, how in the world can you do 120 plus year New York Yankees?
well, there's some guys that are automatically going to be on the list.
Exactly. But
You
there can also be a lot of arguments for multiple people.
oh yeah, I can think of three automatically that should be on a list for the Yankees, and then put more on the Yankees later on.
Yeah, exactly.
So um,
And no, Judge is not there yet.
yeah. So but that's going to be a fun list when we see it. So
I do agree.
but
Would you like to announce June 1st?
is that the day of the thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, June 1st in
Mobile?
Alabama. Me and my son, along with our significant others, will be down in there doing our first card show.
It is going to be located at the Mobile Christian High School gymnasium. Doors are going to be open at 10. I believe the person that's organizing it is going to have the doors closed by 5. He's trying to get people to actually do a signing there. It'll probably be former Crimson Tide players. He's actually doing a pretty good setup for us. We're getting the table that covers our fee, and luckily for me and Dad, the trip to Mobile is only an hour and a half. So luckily, it's just $20 on gas. But I can't wait. It's been a while since I've been at a car show, and since I'm actually gonna be doing one, it's gonna be awesome. I've already has spread the word at the shop that I'm the manager at, and I already have clients that's ready to go, so they can go ahead and start wheeling and dealing. So, and I'm excited. I'm already done with all my inventory. So.
Yeah, well, me and your mother will be doing ours soon, probably starting soon. So we're looking forward to that. It'll be my first card show actually participating in. So I don't usually haven't participated before. Usually I'm the one that's looking around, trying to find something good. But it's just one of those things. You gotta have fun and have fun. Hopefully make a little bit of cash. Hopefully we make it has a good day. Maybe we'll find some stuff too, but also know we're going to be trying to save up for national and all that stuff. So we'll talk to everybody on our. You got anything else?
No, I'm good at this time. I know. I don't know what the Marlins are doing. You're stupid.
Oh yeah.
You get rid of your best hitter for prospects and a pitcher. Yes, your bullpen needs help. Yes, the prospects are actually good, but you get rid of your best hitter to the Padres.
Then they weren't going to make the playoffs anyway. That's what the owner said, or the GM said, or the player personnel said.
You're stupid. I don't care. You got a hurt starting rotation. You got Arise was not only your best hitter, he was basically your club personality, your locker room leader, your go-to guy, and basically was the heart and soul of that team. You basically killed your team. I'm sorry, Dad. When that happened, I kind of lost it. But
yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that was a bad trade, all in all, especially when you're trying to at least field a team in that city.
Like, can we just all agree that we're happy that the A's are doing well? And
yeah, they're doing good.
Not dead last.
They got a good pitching staff. That pitching staff is really good.
Their bullpen got significantly better.
Yeah, I think they made some moves that a lot of people don't realize they made. and they got young hitting teams, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. But
I still think Ruiz needs to be brought back up.
well, he came back up.
Oh, he did. Okay,
Yeah, but I
okay.
don't know. Did they send him back down?
I don't know.
He came back up like 3 days later after they sent him
And-
down. So
And Jackson got sent back down, didn't he?
Jackson Holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and so did Henry Davis. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
going
knew
to
that was
happen.
gonna happen.
It's
Yeah.
gonna. I mean, think about it. Look at. I mean, hold on. Let's talk about it. If you look at the great, I mean, we're not saying that Henry Davis or Jackson Holiday are going to be Hall of Famers. We hope they have great careers and hope they do what they're supposed to be doing, and they probably will. But you look at a guy like look at King Griffey Jr. He was like 3 for like 58 in his first. So I mean, there's guys that have had great careers that struggled early on in their careers. So
Yeah. I mean,
give them time. Let them develop. I think they're going to actually make Henry now an all everyday outfielder
which is gonna be good.
because they got Grandal right now and they got the other guy. So there's 2 catchers already. They got Henry Davis is the odd man out.
Yeah.
Who would I rather have hitting, Grandal or Davis?
Davis.
But
Well, Grandal.
it's a power guy and it's
Yeah,
switch
he's
hitter.
a power guy. Yeah.
Not a great average hitter, but he's a good player. So
I'm just kind of worried when Andy shows up.
well, that's why I think they're making him an outfielder.
Okay, so
He can also play first base if need be. It's just they got to find a place for him. Maybe they don't have a place for him in Pittsburgh. He goes somewhere else and he blows up there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
just as long as he doesn't go to the Phillies,
yeah.
that's all we ask.
But
sorry, after
But-
Pache going to the Phillies, yeah.
Henry Davis, I think he'll be fine. Jackson Holiday is going to be fine. They got good support systems. They got good people around them. The manager was saying that Henry Davis was just over trying to do things at the plate. And hey, he'll be fine. You'll see. He might not do it this year, but next year he'll be even better.
He'll shine.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys don't worry too much. About yeah, okay, you guys are collecting. You're worrying about your value or whatever. But these guys, they're gonna have ups and downs. It's 162 games. Someone could hit no home runs in April and all of a sudden hit 30 in June, or some crazy number. So remember, you only got to average 5 home runs a month to hit 30.
Yeah.
Some people hit more than that in a month. Some people hit 10. So, it's just, it is what it is. And I think they'll do fine. I think
They'll do fine.
yeah, I mean,
But I'm just gonna say I'm happy for. Not only am I happy for the A's, I'm astoundingly happy for the Royals.
the Royals are doing good. So is Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh has been doing very well, and the Braves and the Yankees, of course, I'm happy about too. I feel bad more for Miami now. I think they'll be the worst team in the league,
That's definitely
and the whole, not just the league, the whole MLB.
I don't know. The White Sox are pretty bad.
And yes, they lost their heart and soul due to injury, but they still got people that actually know the White Sox organization.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't have an idiot as an owner. Okay, I'm done now.
All right. But I don't got anything else other than that. So we'll see you next week. We'll start with the Brewers. And we'll end with I believe, the Dodgers in that. So that's going to be a good one, especially with the Dodgers. They got some good players there. Diamondbacks is going to be interesting.
Some of them I might have to do currently playing, actually.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of good guys you could say maybe, in there, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your Mount Rushmore, so
Yeah. Because really, there's only a few, like, Hall of Fame quality players on that list that can go on that list. There's 2 automatically on there from the Hall of Fame. That's not in the Hall of Fame for being Diamondbacks, but 2 I know. One is currently playing, but not with the Diamondbacks. and the last one will be tricky.
Mhm.
But I think I have an idea. It ain't Kurt Schilling though.
Well, Kurt Schilling could obviously be on that.
I mean, playoff wise, yes, but as a player, no, no,
But
no.
but
His co,
yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
his co is on there though.
Oh yeah. I would think the bird killer would be on there.
Yeah,
You know, or the disintegrator of all birds. We all know who we're talking about, but you might not. There might be more than one bird killer. So
technically, there's 5 in history.
Cleveland Indians have one.
Cleveland Indians
They have the bird killer of a life.
the Mariners.
Of you don't throw the curveball, I hit the curveball.
Oh, the Cleveland Indians, yeah.
So also known in Major League. So, but we will be talking to you next week if you got nothing else.
Yep.
All right. This is Cardiac Griswold.
With Legible Chris.
And we'll be talking to you next week.